What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Let's ride. We're up in Radric's hold right now. Although what he's been holding, I'm not really so sure. I know it's just a castle. It's just a place that we go. However, we have killed a lot of his guards so far. We had talked about this in the previous episode. I don't even really know what we're doing here other than the fact that they told me he's a tyrant. Therefore, I'm going to go murder him because that's how a tricorn pirate hat? Oh, that's exactly what we needed. Before I ended the last episode, I said that we needed a new head accessory. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the stuff right there. That's how we do it. Although I think it would be better suited on him. He's got some kind of like head rag thing going on right now. Oh, it's a turban. Never mind. It doesn't look like a turban. That's what threw me off, is it doesn't have like a turban-y. I thought it was maybe like one of those floppy hats from Italy, like way back in the Renaissance days. That's what I was sort of leaning towards, but I guess that works too. Now I feel like an asshole. Oh well, what are you going to do about it? I guess we'll just get started on this guy right here. I mean, he's about to get his ass whooped. That'd be the worst day at work ever. You sitting there just guarding a door, being like, what are you doing today, Jed? Oh, they just got me standing next to this door. Pretty good paycheck, too. Who knew that you could get twice minimum wage to stand next to a door all day? And then 8 guys ready to kick your ass for no apparent reason come around the corner. You're like, well, shit. This contract's looking a little too good to be true now, isn't it? Throw that all into the stash. I want to add that I love the stash system. Have I mentioned that yet? The stash system is the greatest thing the universe has ever invented, so that I don't have to like worry about getting my loot all sort of organized on each character and making multiple runs back to town to sell stuff I'm picking up while I'm going through dungeons. This is how loot should be done in every game forever. Pay attention, Skyrim, and also Fallout. I get really... Oh, they got wizards and shit over here. That's slightly concerning. Wonder how many... There's a priest of bare ass. Okay. I wish I could be a bare-assed priest. That seems like it'd be a really good time. I don't know if I should rest now, or if I should just send in the clowns. You know what? Just send in the clowns. I'm sure nothing terrible will happen here. It'll probably hurt for just a second. Alright, so you got that right there. I'm going to put you in frenzy mode. And once your frenzy has been joined, what I need from you... Why aren't you going over here? Is there a reason? Are you stuck to the ground right now? Damn it. I am the worst practical combat planner ever. Yes. Alright, well, we're stuck to the ground, I guess, which means we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Luckily, a couple people got stuck in combat, so at least it's not a complete and total waste. I mean, could be a lot worse. However, go ahead. Well, I don't really have any DPS abilities. Never mind. Are you still doing that thing? You're still doing that thing. Alright, sounds good. Did we just get banished? What? You can't do... No, I didn't get banished. Somebody just teleported or something. Here, stop him before he... Stop him before he runs the line. Although he did just run smack into the middle of an AoE spell, so I do appreciate that initiative right there. Give him another one. Let him have it. Commence the bombardment. And then you go over here and stab the priest in the face over and over and over again until he dies a horrible, priesty, holy man death. And he's he's a literal holy man right now because we stabbed him like 400 times. The guys in plate mail are concerning too because they don't take any damage. They're very, very difficult to get a real dent into. If you were watching the damage over there, we were only hitting them in increments of like 5 and 6 at a time. Like, it takes a while to whittle him down. We've got a whole bunch of goodies over here. What is that? More plate armor? Okay, the padded cap. We got a couple more swolies over there. Nothing special though. Nothing real special. Ah, well, what can you say about it sometimes? I suppose we could plumb this. Let's see what's up in here. There's lots of exploration going on, and I like to be the kind of completionist player that finds every little nook and cranny of the locations that I hit. Looks like we've actually got some Baratheon priesty robes. We've got a fine quarterstaff over there. I prefer the nickel staff, personally. I don't know. The nickel staff seems like it's a little bit more efficient as well as being more cost-effective, and so I tend to avoid the quarterstaff just because it's too expensive for me. It's outside my price range. Nickel staff, far better. What staff are you using right now? Durance's staff, and so his is way, way better than anything else that we picked up right there. In case he gets caught in combat, I keep forgetting that we have that over on that side. We've got a -4 accuracy. What are you using right now? -8 with the 16 deflection. That's going to give 16 deflection. Gives bashing 2. What's the difference between a fine shield? So fine, it gives +4 shield deflection. Give him that one right there, then it's a little bit sexier too, and it's not actually a door that we ripped off of a wall to use as a shield. I feel like that's going to bring us up a little bit with regards to the prestige that's owed to us. What is this? We got the Saints War Armor. Oh, it's pierce-proofed and gives second chance? Well, no wonder he's been taking so much damage lately. Apparently that's a lot better than what he had on. I didn't realize that his armor was like some kind of weird, rare, special armor that nobody's ever heard of. So for 9 DR right there, we can actually get 10 out of this one, and it's more recoverable. So I'll give that to him right there. He's got padded armor on that side. Let me figure out if I've got anything in the stash that might work a little bit better for what we're trying to go after right here. I would like a sort button. That's the only thing I dislike about this so far, is that you can't sort by type. However, all things considered, this is like a really, really good inventory system, and I appreciate the way that they have orchestrated it. I kind of want to put like chainmail on everybody because I love chainmail on like coiffs and things like that. I need to sit down and I need to play Dragon's Dogma again. That's what I've been thinking about lately. I haven't been up on my Xbox 360 in forever, and I want to play Dragon's Dogma. I don't know what's down there either. Let's find out, I guess. I already clicked, so it's too late to turn back now. So we're staring into the abyss right now because we're going down some stairs. You see what I'm saying? Got some veggies right there. I don't really think we need those. What is this? We've got what looks like Caro Golan and 2 snowcaps. Sure, take them. I don't know how that's going to affect anything, but I like treasure, so even if it's mushroomy treasure, you can throw it back into my backpack. On this side, we've got the roast goat. Smells only faintly of smoke and burnt fat. Hunks of meat have been carved from the old, cold cark ass. Okay. Maybe I should be stealthing around better. Let me try that. There might be like a secret switch up in here somewhere that'll allow me to do all kinds of fun stuff. Maybe we'll clear the top wall first. Let me focus on clearing like the ramparts, and then I'm going to work my way down through the place, making sure that we kill everybody in their due and proper order. On this side, how are we doing on leveling up? Yes? Where's my level up bar at? I do wish that there was a little bar along the top or something that told you like how fast they were leveling up. Is this game open to modding? Because if this game is open to modding and players can just like make their own stuff, this game could like literally be endless. It'd be like sort of one of those things like Neverwinter Nights. When Neverwinter Nights was over, I just went online and started playing other people's campaigns. And seriously, there were some really, really good ones on there. I remember there was a couple campaigns that I played that I downloaded from other people that were like 15, 20 hours long and were really, really satisfying for high-level characters, low-level characters, whatever you wanted to do with your time. That bell looks like it's made out of stone. I don't think a stone bell would work very well. The real ring capacity right there. Knowing what I know about stones, being a geologist, they don't ring. Oh, hello. What is this? A potion of power. Well, that explains how Radric got here. He just like dropped that thing on down the mouse, just glunk, and all of a sudden he's got a castle and a bunch of other cool shit. I wish that I had a castle. Having a castle, though, it seems like it would be a little bit extravagant for me. I like to live humbly. I don't know. That's just like the way that I was raised. I was part of like a preacher's family, essentially, and so I don't know, humility was like a big deal to my family, and so like living not even inside your means, like living under your means, and like always just kind of like being cautious with your finances and things like that. I don't know, that's just how I was raised. Like, you don't need nice things to be happy. You need like family, and you need friends, and you need like good brew and drink and things like that. Not that part. My parents are actually teetotalers. My parents are kind of like, when you read about those like separatist Christian groups in America, my parents are those people. Inside the keep we are right now. Let's take this very, very slowly because I don't know what we're up against right now. Couple of hammers right there. What's going on in here? We got a couple of wizard spell right type guys in here. Spell wrong, am I right? IMO. On this side, anything over here? Nothing. So if I go a little bit further in... Oopsies, I may have just gotten us all killed. It may have gone down that way. So, oh, there's so many more of them in here than I thought there was too. Oh, that's so bad. Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait for them to settle. And once they settle, I'm gonna go after a confusing spectacle maybe. Throw some glasses on this beezy. On this side, let's go after... Oh, I don't know. Let's maybe think about frying one of the wizards, maybe. Get like a little double spell oven up in here and maybe see if that'll put something in their oven. On that side, now would be the time that I would strongly suggest that we throw that out. Oh, good, it affects them too. Alright, well, that'll work for right now because I need to keep people up and off his backside right there. That should leave them running all over the place and sort of like chickens with their heads cut off. It's the best that I could do right now, though, with what I have going on. That put them both on my side for a little bit. Good. Okay, so let's throw out a couple of heals right here. just sort of assist along the front line. I'm going to move him out and wide. Actually, move out to here.
Yes.
On this side, I just need, everybody just to move around a little bit for a moment. That's a really good spell. I need to remember to use that one a lot more. It seems to be working out pretty well for us. For right now, though, I'd prefer to daze people. Maybe like try and guarantee a little bit that we can survive this thing. With the sellsword on that side, I need you to go over to here and get him behind the sellsword and force him into combat. There you go. So turn him around, or her around, I guess. I can't really tell what that is, but either way, force that one to spin around slightly. Is that one dead right there? That one must be dead. The circle's still there, but I don't see anything happening. On this side, did we daze all these guys? I hope so, because if we didn't, this is going to get real rowdy real fast. Yeah. Let's throw that out right there. What I'd like to see from you, throw out a heal right there. And then with Durance, I'd like to see you put out your AoE aura right there, because we do have some consistent problems right now. I need you to face this way after that cast is done so that you don't take any double hits or anything. Let's start bombarding. Oh, never mind. You haven't even gotten that spell off yet. Oh, I need you to get out of the AoE of that spell. Yes, there you go, because we're going to hit our own guys. Unfortunately, I think we just, like, sent everybody into combat, so what are you going to do? Either way, it allowed us to finish off somebody, so even with our own characters running around all over the place. There it is. That confusion spell is really, really powerful. Not to be confused with, obviously, confusion spells. Turn around that way and force him to fight you. Don't fight with your back to anybody. Where is our character, and how is he taking so much damage right now? Go ahead and give yourself a little bit of endurance. There it is. Wow. That fight got out of control really, really quickly. If it weren't for the tireless efforts, obviously he doesn't have tires on him because he's not a motor vehicle, but still, the tireless efforts of our wizard, that could have gone very, very poorly for us. Like, it seems to have worked out okay, though. So anyways, let's move all that around. Making a little bit of cash money. I'm going to allow everybody to regenerate. Oh, there's a couple more in here, too. Alright, well, I guess let's have a big old whoop-in slash jump-in right here. Alright, and so now what I'd like to do is I'd like to pan around the plaza. A panaplaza, I guess is what I would call it. We've got a Spellwright's Grimoire. What is that? You found a new Grimoire. Okay, so I know what a Grimoire is. You're going to get all excited about it. What does he do? Where'd all my tooltips go? And why am I not able... Hold on. There we go. Wands, a fine robe right there. We got a cape, a hood. Okay, so that can all go straight on into the bag. Let's throw everybody into stealth mode. And what we're going to do for right now is we'll hang out in here and just see if there's any random switches to flick or any little things that are going to open up magical little orifices full of treasure for us. Because if there's one thing I love, it's an orifice full of treasure. On this side... Actually, we missed a guy. Let me go back down here. I never want to be called the guy that missed a guy when it comes to looting treasure. So there it is. We'll throw all that into our backpack. Let's travel down here. Make sure that while we're in stealth mode, let me speed the game up slightly. I'm definitely starting to get a feel. Let me take a look at that grimoire, actually, and we'll see what it's got for us. What does this have? What's it called? Does it even have a name? The Spellwright's Tome. And so he's got a bunch of good stuff in here. He's got Cancel Hots. He's got Rolling Flame. And so these are all things that I don't have just yet in my known spells. And his level 2... Jolting Touch, although I think that causes him, he has to make some kind of, pretty sure that when he does that one, he has to make a touch attack or something like that. It's like Freezing Grip or whatever the hell the name of that spell is from D&D. I can't remember, Freezing Touch or whatever it is, where you got to walk up and touch them, but it puts them in serious, serious harm's way. We've got a Miasma of Dull-Mindedness. I would probably go for the DPS right now. 200 copper, really, that's expensive. That's brutal. What does this one have right here? That one's got a Bulwark against the elements. It's got a Thrust of Tattered Veils. We've got a Spirit Shield right there. He already knows Fireball, doesn't he? I was going to say, he's got to know Fireball. That's like basic stuff right there. And then on this one, we've got Ludrana's, which has Fetid Caress. The target becomes paralyzed, afflicted with boiling pustules that are sickening to those nearby. Brutal. The Chill Fog, blindness upon anybody answering. Okay, so is that instant cast, though? Because that causes me to be a little bit... We could do Ghost Blades. That doesn't sound too bad. Try Ghost Blades out. I'd actually like to redo some of this. And so, with the spells that we could be casting right now... his personal grimoire, as I recall, if we wanted to get this to work, he also needs a 4th level 2 spell. Maybe that would be a good investment of cash, getting him a 4th level 2 spell. You could either go with Aegis, he could go with Corrosive Siphon. Huh. I don't know if Corrosive Siphon is the better call. Let's try Corrosive Siphon for right now. And then what we'll do is we'll add that to his spellbook so that Corrosive Siphon is in there. On this side, I don't see us using Sunless Grasp. Let's try Ghost Blades out instead. That spell did pretty well, and I'm impressed with it so far. Minor Missiles is sort of situational, as is Fan of Flames. I think they made Magic Missiles kind of suck a little bit because it was really, really good in older D&D versions. Like, Magic Missiles was the stuff! I mean, if you had 2 mages that cast Magic Missiles simultaneously back in the olden days, it did like what? It was like level plus, it was, oh, I don't even remember. It was 1d4 per missile, but it went up to 2d4 per missile at some point. And then you could fire 5 missiles at the same time. So with 2 wizards all doing that, ugh, so nasty. So nasty. You could do a lot of damage in a very, very short amount of time. Got a hunting bow over here. What else do we have up inside here? Not much, actually. So I guess we'll stay away from it for right now. We got a door on that side that requires 8 mechanics. Why we need so many car hops, I'm not sure. But I guess it's required to get in the dough. I'm going to save right here real fast because I'm a giant hoe like that, and I really just don't like redoing stuff that I've already done. Looks like we have a couple of guys in here. A sellsword. How many, though, is what I'm concerned about. Who's my character with, like, the million oodles of stealth? I know I got somebody in here that's actually pretty decent at it, and I can't decide who it was. Was it you? Who has stealthification? It wasn't me. I know that much. Well, let's send in a deer, I guess. This shouldn't be too much to deal with. I'm going to be very, very careful about the way that I engage, though, because I have a couple people that are very, very low endurance at the moment. And so, actually, what I'd like to do is see if you can't work your way in behind him and just create, like, a little pincer right there. You go over there, you go over there, you shoot it whatever the hell you want because you've got a gun in medieval times, and so that sort of makes you godlike. You flip around to the backside right there and make sure that you're constantly just beating this guy's skull in from behind because it will help us. Over here, let's throw out a couple of those. Maybe you should help over here. Additionally, you should probably help too. Things are not looking good on this side. And so there it is. Oh, he flipped around and he decided he wanted this character. That's going to work out really, really bad for you, amigo. Yeah, you're going to be taking behind attacks. See, you got reduced into giblets. How do you feel now? Don't get reduced into giblets. Adventuring rules 101. If you at any point are reduced into giblets, you have done your job improperly. Time to strike up camp. We've only been here murdering for like 6 or 7 hours. What kind of adventurer can't murder for more than 6 or 7 hours? I'm going to report you to the Adventurers Union. They're going to take your card away. Drop that right there. What do we got going on in here? We've got silver forks and knives are gnawed with tarnish. Okay. Nice and quiet. Yeah, I do recall. Anyways, I have an ex whose family, they own a silver mine and a coal mine. They were quite wealthy and well-to-do, even though they tried to hide it. Never understood that. I guess it falls into like living by your means or whatever like that. I don't know. They seem like they were embarrassed about being wealthy though. I don't know. If you got like mines and stuff like that. My family was on the other end of the stick. Like my family are copper miners from down in Arizona. My family almost entirely used to work at the Phelps Dodge mine down there back in the old days where if you tried to leave the job site, they paid you in company script. And if you tried to leave the job site, they broke your leg so that you couldn't quit your job. Yeah, back in the good old days. But anyways, I don't know. They always seemed like they were embarrassed about being wealthy. They had like rich people's guilt. But anyways, my point is because they owned a silver mine, they had lots of silver stuff, and every now and again I would have to help like polish the silver, and oh my god, that is a tedious task that took forever. It took a while polishing the silver. We'll go back. That's the only time I've ever seen real silverware though, like silverware that's actually made of silver. Let's go ahead and rest right now because we are missing a lot of HP, and we do have some serious problems that are going to accumulate over time. You know, I'm not super sold on the Chanter so far. Not super sold on him. Actually, what is his job officially called? I keep calling him a Chanter, but I know that's not what he is. No, he's a Chanter. I'm just not, I'm not feeling him right now. I'm not feeling him. I don't really know why either. That's the big thing is that, like, I don't know. It just takes him so long to accumulate the points that he needs in order to cast anything that I feel like, does he have, let me see if he has a grimoire that might be able to make our lives a little bit easier when we go through and, like, see, he doesn't have a grimoire either. So I don't know. I wanted to move his spells around slightly, but the selection that he has are kind of subpar. I don't know. I haven't tried Thunder Rolled Like Waves on a Black Sea yet. How much damage does it do? 14 to 21 AoE crush. Stunned for 7 seconds. Okay, so that's pretty good. A 7-second stun is pretty major. Unless stun doesn't do what I think it does in this game. What does stun do? Stun characters can't take any action, so yeah, that's actually pretty good. And then do they have to test against that? Because it doesn't look like it gets any test. That might actually be a pretty G'd out move to use if you've got the right timing for it. And then this one right here, and the Hell High Raft crashed upon the shield. -5 damage reduction for almost 20 seconds. Okay. -5 essentially converts you into like a plate mail wearer, even if you're in cloth. It basically moves you up a couple notches. However, as of right now, let me see if I can sneak through this backfield. At a room right here, hopefully not occupado. It looks like it isn't. Okay, so we got some enemies right there. Well, that's interesting. You can bait people around? Huh. Yeah, come down here. I prefer to keep you all blocked in around the door if possible. We gotta figure out, they're taking so much damage. That's the big issue, is I just gotta keep people up and out of combat like that. Like the people with shields and awesome armor need to be in combat, and the people without them just need to stay the hell out. I don't know, he's got like shields and everything going on, and he's still taking a lot of damage every time he goes into combat. I may be playing the cleric wrong, I'm not sure. Like, I'm playing it like a D&D cleric right now, and the cleric in this game may be a tad squishier and just like not accustomed to frontline combat. I don't know. I'm a giant cleric fan, and so I'm trying to play it that way, but they might be punishing me for it. Got a little bit of loot right here. Is there anybody else in the room? We killed a couple of guys, so that'll make our lives a little bit easier. I would say that focusing on the casters is probably a really, really good plan. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have some of these people swing wide. And we've been bound again, unfortunately. Anyways, what I prefer to do is I want to get the priest locked down right now with a couple people ready to fight him. Until my barb can get back in combat, I'm actually going to watch out for that right there. I don't know if that's going to be doing double damage, but I am worried about it. I'm going to light that off the second we have an opportunity. This should be a really, really easy fight because we killed off like half their party by drawing them outside the door first. Cast that because the fight's going to be over in just a moment anyways. So there it is. A couple more bodies hit the floor. Looks like we've got a number of locations that we can search, but as of right now, I think we're just about out of time in this episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody. And as always, it's been a pleasure to have you here. I'd like to express my appreciation for it. I'll see you next time. How do, everybody?